欢迎各位出席富丰集团有限公司。
Welcome to FUFENG Group Limited 2013 interim results announcement. Welcome to FUFENG Group Limited 2013 interim results presentation. Today with us are Mr. Li Xuechen, Chairman of the Board, and Mr. Chen Yuan, Executive Director and CFO. Now may we invite the management to walk us through their results performance. Thank you. Good afternoon. First of all, thank you for your time for the results announcement for the group in 2013. As we know that the weather is not so good today, it's still raining outside. And your comment just reflected how you value this results presentation. So a big thank you, first of all. Now, I would like to walk you through about our performance from January to June this year. After the presentation, Mr. Li Xuechen, our chairman, will share with you our strategies and the outlook of our business. You have already got the handout, and if you look at slide 12, in the first half of 2013, our sales revenue is 5.74 billion yuan RMB. If you compare the sales revenue last year, there was a moderate growth, about 3.6% of increase in the first half this year, and the gross margin is 926 million yuan RMB. And there is a 20.3% of increase in gross margin, and the margin was 12.3, slightly increased than the same level last year. The net profit is 260 million yuan RMB, increased by 25% or so. So you can see our net profit level is still not high enough. And our EBITDA, if you look at in your handout, there has been an obvious growth by 16% in the first 6 months this year, reaching to a much higher level this year. The diluted earnings per share is almost 14 cents. This morning we had another meeting, the board meeting, and it was decided that based on our performance in the first half of this year, we're going to pay out 0.2 cents of Hong Kong dollars as dividend, accounting for 16% also. Now, if you look at slide 7 in your handout, I'd like to introduce to you very briefly our results highlights. As you know that we have 2 major business segments in the group. In the first half of this year, you can see actually there are 2 features. Number 1, in the MSG segment, the price kept going down to a very low level that had not been seen in the recent years. Therefore, the overall profitability was not satisfying enough. Meanwhile, the raw materials, particularly the corn kernels and coal, the price went up sharply. So therefore, our overall performance in the MSG business didn't drop that much, even though the overall profit performance was not good. It's because of the raw materials, the price dropped as well. But if you look at the overall industry in MSG, as we have been discussing about integration in the industry for so many years, currently it is highly concentrated already, and the market order is also improving all the time. And our chairman will share you more in a minute. Now let's look at the second gum business. The performance was just to the opposite. If I describe the MSG business as ice, and then the Saxon gum business would be fire. And if you look at the performance, it just reached another peak in the history. There's another highlight. That is to say, we have a production base in Xinjiang Autonomous Region in May, June this year. Along with the operation started in Xinjiang base, you can see that Xinjiang base is playing a more and more important role, and we have already started receiving returns from the Xinjiang production base. About the balance sheet, if you look at slide 13, if you compare the figures with that of last year, you can find all the financials in slide 13, even though the progress is not big enough. However, there are good indications that in some of the financials, you can see improvement. For example, for the equity attributable to our shareholders, we finished a transaction last year. So therefore, in the first half of this year, our equity attributable to the shareholders increased by 8.2%. And our cash position is also strengthened. If you compare the same period last year, our capex decreased sharply in the first half this year. By the end of June this year, our total debt was about 4.7 billion RMB. That is to say, in the first half of this year, there was a slight increase in our total debt in the group. As for the changes in our capacity and utilization of our capacities, I wouldn't walk you through to all the details because you can find enough information in slide 15 and 16. As you know, that the microeconomy is not satisfying in China. Still, you can see that in the industry, and particularly in the group, we have worked very hard to maintain a high utilization rate of our capacity at 95%. And in the Saxon gum business, the utilization was 100%. As for the financing activities, there are two of them. With the great support from all the shareholders, last year we had the shares transaction reaching about 620 million Hong Kong dollars. And with this activity, we were able to supplement our core capital. And the second financing activity is that we issued interim RMB medium-term notes of 600 million in PRC by Neimenggu FUFENG. The issuance of these medium interim notes was just to the right. And if we had issued the notes later, perhaps the rate would be higher. So we just chose the right time for the issuance. Now, I'd like to share with you more about our business segments, MSG and Saxon gum. Our MSG business, our total sales was about 510 million tons in the first half, which was dominant in the industry, accounting for over half of the total sales. Consolidation in the industry is finishing. Our market share keeps improving, and the overall demand-supply relationship has been greatly relieved. In slide 21, you can see the gross margin and other financials of MSG business in the group. You can see our sales revenue in the first half was basically at the same level as it was last year. Because of the changes in the price, our gross margin and the profit performance also dropped a little bit. But since 2009 till now, this curve shows the price changes in the past few years of MSG products. In the first quarter this year, you can see the price dropped from the first quarter till now. And the price was about 6,100 yuan per ton. So this price was basically the price 6 years ago for the MSG products. As for the cost analysis of MSG segment in slide 23, as I shared with you previously, that the raw material price dropped in the first half. For example, corn kernels, our major raw material, decreased by 3.7%. Coal price dropped by almost 25%. Liquid ammonia decreased by 15%, and the sulfuric acid dropped by 23%. As for hexagon gum business, the overall hexagon gum business in the first half was in an oversupply situation, which was quite a challenge for our hexagon gum business, for our sales growth and our price pressure. Particularly, the price increased in the first half, and you can see from slide 28. In the first half, the ASP of hexagon gum increased by 42% than the price last year. And also in the first half, in the hexagon business, since we are the biggest manufacturer and supplier, as well as exporter of hexagon gum business, there was a lawsuit about anti-dumping case filed by the U.S. government. The determination of the case actually was in our favor, and it enhanced our competitiveness in the market. And the tariff was finalized to be 12.9%, which was much, much lower than the time it was filed. So therefore, through the final determination of the case, we will be definitely the dominant player in the U.S. market. And it will be very helpful for us to enhance our market brand and market position. In slide 29, this is a cost analysis of hexagon gum business. You can see that coal price dropped sharply by 27%. Our cost of hexagon gum dropped accordingly. So therefore, it became one of the two competitive advantages for us. Coal price dropped, and it has been dropping all these years because of the macroeconomic situation. In the first phase and second phase of Xinjiang production base, the coal price if you compare the price in Mongolia, the price was even more competitive. So therefore, for our exanthem gum business, we have a greater cost advantage. And the last part of my part of presentation is about our prospects and strategies. For MSG business, as I said before, the capacity, the overall consolidation in the market, as well as the streaming of a capacity, has almost been finished. And what we are going to do is to seize the opportunity in the market by making use of our dominance power in the market. We hope to establish a constructive, competitive environment there. As for exanthem business, we expect that in the second half of this year, the price will be maintained at a high level, and we will continue to make the best use of the final determination of the anti-dumping case in the United States and try our best to enter the high-end market there. As for the amino acid, we have already set up a capacity of 3,000 tons per year in Xinjiang production base. And based on our expertise and sales skills in the high-end market, we will try our best to become one of the major suppliers of amino acid in the world. So this is the end of my presentation. Now I'd like to turn the podium to our chairman. Just now, Mr. Chen shared with you all the financials for FUFENG Group. So I wouldn't repeat what Mr. Chen said before. I'm going to share with you some market changes briefly, because for a long time, a lot of friends, a lot of investors, they may have a lot of questions regarding how we carry out the consolidation and integration in the industry. Some people say that there will be final 5-6 players in the market, and how to set up the market orders, and when we will finish the consolidation. So these can be common worries or concerns for our investors. Actually, last year when we made the interim results announcement, I already felt that from a whole industry point of view, not only FUFENG Group, but also some other peers, we felt that it was very difficult to survive, and a lot of them were running in a loss. So therefore, set up the market order, it is a common task for us, and it was the right time. At that time, I put forward this opinion. However, it seems that not everybody was ready to sit down and discuss about the market order by formulating a strategy to streamline, to consolidate the whole industry. So therefore, I felt that we already got the conditions. However, we haven't got the mentality. After June and July last year, the situation changed further. Of course, it was the beginning of the summer season, and for a lot of companies in our industry, it was time for them to carry out maintenance of the equipment. So therefore, we felt that it was time for us to sit down and discuss about the future of the industry. We had already felt that we made a lot of efforts. We tried different measures. We tried to raise the prices of our products. However, the supply-demand relationship was not fixed, and the oversupply was not fixed. Therefore, no matter how much you do to adjust your price, the market situation would be in a good shape. Because if the oversupply continued, the price won't be high. So now it is the time for us to start the market order with the right mentality. It was a trial, actually. So summer season is the maintenance season, and for all the companies, our peers, we stopped some of the production for maintenance. At the same time, we are also trying to consolidate seriously in the industry. In the past, we were more like competitors in the industry. Now we are more like cooperators and partners instead of purely competitors. So this month we have already seen some progress and some results. After the consolidation, the market gave us a very good answer because the price restored to a large extent, particularly for some companies who were struggling very hard to survive. Their bouncing price turned their loss into profit. Actually, this was quite a surprise for us. In the past 10 years, we tried to phase out the obsolete capacities. And we're also trying very hard to streamline the market order among all the competitors, because we wish to set up a very constructive competitive environment. However, if the price was raised to a high level, perhaps it will be too early. We have already made so much effort in phasing out our obsolete capacities in the past 5 years. Now we raised the price so suddenly. So this could lead to the competition to a destructive cycle. So you can see that our understanding of the competition in the market was different from others. We made an announcement 3 days ago that we will drop the price instead of raising the price of our MSG price, trying to restore the market order to a rational one. We hope that we can make the progress step by step and gradually. And in the past 2 or 3 days, we have already seen that the market gave us a very good feedback. Some people may feel that this is a good chance to make more money in a short period of time by raising their price to a much higher level. However, you have to be clear about the standard. For example, you must have a profit, and you can't guarantee that every player is running in a profit. There must be 1 or 2 players whose operations is not good and who will definitely suffer from a loss. So our announcement 3 days ago have already brought us very good feedback from the market. We hope that in the near future we will see a very rational and constructive competitive environment. Through our years of effort, we hope that the whole industry continues to run in a rational order. The price was very low in the past few years. A lot of companies were struggling very hard trying to make a profit. So we must treasure this good opportunity of a good market environment. We hope that we can continue with this rationality in the future. So this is the first point. This is the point I want to make to you. As for the xanthan gum and amino acid products, Mr. Chen already shared with you our business performance as well as our strategies. So this is the only point I want to make. Thank you.